Dear student, very good morning. Today I am going to start physical health education topic eating for weight control, preventive obesity, BMI, pitfall dieting. Unit second, sports nutrition. So, dear student, you know that I have given many kinds of work to you. So I think that few students they are completing, but few they have not shown to me their work. Please complete your work and show me. So today we are going to start these topics. You have to listen and read properly. So first of all, I am going to start eating for weight control. So eating for weight control means we should eat like that as much our body want requirements. So that's why we can control our weight. So just like this, stable weight depend on a balance between the energy you get from food and the energy you use. So you know that state weight depend on a balance between the energy you get from the food and the energy you use. When a person consumes more calories than the energy they use, the body stores the extra calorie in the fat cells, lipocytes. When a person burns up more calories than they consume, they will lose weight. Fat cells grow or shrink depending on how people use energy. So it means that you know that if our body need, suppose that 2500 calorie and we are taking more than 25 calorie food, at that time we can't burn the we can't burn proper all calories. That time we can get the weight. If suppose that our body need 25 calorie 2500 calories per day energy, but we are taking 2500 calories, we burning more than 2500 calories we can burn, that time we can lose our weight. So according to this you have to understand that we should as much calorie we will take, that time we should burn and consume that calorie also, then we can control our weight. A stable weight depends on a balance between the energy you get from food and the energy you use. You use energy during the day in three ways: energy expended during rest, energy used to break down food, energy used during physical activity and exercising. Fat can build up, this lead up to weight gain. So distance, so you have to understood that basically our body need calories according our body weight. And you know that for many kinds of work we have to need energy. If we will not do any kinds of energy, that time also we have to need energy. We will not do any kinds of activity, at that time we also need the energy. So basal energy, basic basic energy we have to need for living free, at that time also we need energy. If we will do the any kinds of activity exercises, at that time we need extra energy. So according requirement of our body we will taking the much energy, we will taking the more calorie, but we can't burn that calorie, we can't consume that calorie, at that time we can gain weight. So opposite this, as much calorie we are taking in food, and that all calories we can burn or consume, at that time we can control our weight. So I think that you have understood about the eating for the weight control, preventive obesity. Now you'll read about the BMI, body mass index. So BMI, body mass index. Distant body mass index helps to know whether he is underweight, normal weight, or overweight. Thus, accordingly, diet and workout can be done to gain or to reduce weight. So BMI is calculated by taking person's weight in kg and gram and dividing by height square, meter and centimeter square. So BMI formula, weight in kg divided by height into height meter square. So according to this we can find out our BMI. So basically BMI tell us that we are in overweight, underweight, normal weight. So according to category you can see here, for men, if our BMI will be less than 20, then we can go to the underweight range. If our BMI 20 to 25, that time we will be in healthy range, and 26 to 30 it can be overweight range, and more than 30 it can be obese range. So that's why this is the for man. Now for women, less than 90 it can be underweight range, 19 to 24 it can be healthy range, and 25 to 30 can be overweight range, and more than 30 it can also be obese range. So I think that you have understood that you can find out your BMI. First of all you have to measure your weight in kg and gram, and your height in meter, measure your height in meter. And first of all you have to your height make square, and by the square you can divide your weight, that time you can get your BMI. So I think that you have understood. Now you'll read about the tips for weight control or preventive obesity. So you know that mostly people today they are suffering from the obesity, or they want to control their weight, they are gaining weight in this lockdown period. The many people they are not doing any kinds of physical activity. At that time we are gaining weight, and how can we control our weight, and how can we prevent us from the obesity. So this and the few points are given here, we have to read now. First of all we have to think about the balanced diet. So I think that you have already about the read about the balanced diet. What is the balanced diet? Balanced diet is that diet which contain all nutrients in proper proportion. So dear student, obese person should strictly take balanced diet with very less amount of carbohydrate and fats. Understand? Next, eating lot of fibrous food. So you know that what is a fibrous food? Fibrous food is that kinds of food that can't be digest. So we should take in our diet lot of the fibrous food like food items like fruit, salad, vegetables, etc. Rich sources of fibrous food which high fiber content provide vitamins, minerals to the body. They are low in energy food and thus prevent obesity. So dear student, you should take the much amount of fibrous food in your diet. Next you have to avoid fats. You know that today the many children's people they want to eat the much fat, so we should avoid the fatty items, the fatty, avoid fried food, direct fats like butter, cream, ghee, animal fats, etc. should be not taken for the sake of taste. Only refined oil or mustard oil should be used for cooking. So you know that the fat we should take in our diet according our physical activity, and we should take the fat minimum maximum 5 to 10% in our diet. Now distant next you have to read about the physical activity. So physical activity is very important. We should on daily basis 1 or 2 hours we should do the any kinds of physical activities you must at home. Also just like this we are in lockdown period, so in this time we should also can do the few exercises 1 or 2 hours An obese person should regularly perform physical activity and avoid the sedentary lifestyle. In this way, we can control our weight. So, physical activity is very must for our internal organs. Also, internal organs can do better work by the physical activity, and we can also control our weight also. So I think that you have understood about the physical activity now. Avoid junk foods. You know that mostly nowadays the many students they want to eat the junk food. They like junk food. They don't eat the home cooked food. But I think that we should avoid the junk food and we should eat only the home cooked food. So junk food is a high calorie food. Moreover, it causes the many health problems. The food items like burger, pastries, chocolates, cold drink, candy, etc. should be avoided. We should take only the home roti, chawal like this. We should eat fruits, vegetables. We should eat. Okay. Nowadays, student, you have read about the drink water. You know that water is very important for our body. In our body need our body is much requirement of the water. 70% water found in our body. So that's why we should take the much amount of the water. Drink lots of water. It's prevent acidity and reduce the stress over kidney and stomach. Moreover, it's help the cleaning the body waste and also help to the digest our food. So that's why we should take the water in proper amount. Already I have told that in topic of the water, then we should take the minimum 2 3 liter per day water. Understand? Next student, you have to read about the avoid spicy food. So spicy food, mostly people they want to eat the spicy food. We should avoid the spicy food. Spicy food causes many health problems like disease, illness and disorders of the body. So it should be avoided. So spicy food we should avoid. Understand? But if for our taste we eat the spicy food, then I think that if we want to the control our weight, if we want to the prevent us from the obesity, then we should avoid the spicy food. Next is student, regular medical checkup. So we should regularly go for the medical checkup every 6 months. We should also the regular take the weight, measure our weight. Understand? So just like the medical checkup is also very important for us. If suppose that sometimes we little much we get a problem at that time, we ignore that problems. So we should also take the regular medical checkup for this also. At that time we can control our weight. Medicine only why doctor's advice. So you know that we should take the medicine only the doctor advice. We should not take the without advice of the doctor any kinds of medicine. It can be also injurious to our health. So we should consult an expert doctor and follow the advice the prescription in case of the health problem, disease, illness, weakness, etc. So next, avoid pitfall. The pitfall of dieting should be avoided as they affect the health of an individual. So you know that the pitfall. The many people they want to become slim, trim, so they don't eat food. They avoid food. They keeping fast. At that time, we should not avoid the pitfall. We should avoid the pitfall. We should not. Thing like that, we should not take the proper diet. So at that time we can also get the actually suppose that morning time we will not eat, but next time we will eat, then we can eat that time much amount of the food, and that time we can't control our weight. So I think that we should avoid the pitfall dieting. Next, stop emotional eating. It have the adverse effect on mental health of an individual. So emotional eating, you know that sometimes we go somewhere in our relatives, that time they give to us that please take more, please take more, and that time we can eat the much amount of food. So it can be the adverse effect on our mental health of an individual. So next, avoid drinking uh, avoid any kinds of addiction. So avoid drinking. Obese persons should strictly avoid drinking alcohol, smoking and chewing tobacco. So these all kinds of addiction is harmful for our body. It can also make us obese. make that also make our increase our weight. So at that time we should not take any kinds of alcohol, smoking, and tobacco. Now, this to next point, you have to read about the meal in small shift. The diet should be taken in small shift after the some interval rather than big heavy meals. So you know that mostly people they're taking the much amount of the food and morning time, evening time. So except though this we should take the meal in small shift little and after in some interval, so it can be for also it can also easy for digestion, and we can also prevent us from the preventing us from the obesity, and we can control our weight. Next is to and follow hygienic habits. So we should always follow hygienic habits while eating, like washing hands. You know that in the corona periods we were you know that we should wash our hand with any soap or hand wash proper way, we from the different kinds of virus. So yeah, we should follow the any kinds of hygienic habits when we want to eat. That time we should wash our hand in proper way, and wash our fruit vegetables thoroughly, cleaning the utensils before using, eating fresh food, chewing the food thoroughly, and we should also the chewing proper food, maintaining the good posture while eating, cleaning the place around eat table, etc. So these are all kinds of the belong to the hygienic habits, and we should follow, and that time we can prevent us from the different kinds of virus, bacteria, understand, germs. Next, do not fast. Sometimes people do not eat the reduced weight. These lead to the serious problem like tinting, convulsion, pain in stomach, headache, vomiting. So we should not keep continue fast, but in week you can keep only the 1 day fast, but more than 1 day we should not keep the fast. That time we can we can get